Morning. It's Saturday, April 26th. And this morning I want to talk about a blight that is randomly racing across this country, and it doesn't seem to stop. Every time I turn around, I find articles related to this particular topic. And this is a disgrace, this topic. And I am talking about rampant antisemitism, which is on the rise. And nobody out there can tell me it's not on the rise. And here's an example of what's going on in this country. Staff members at Columbia University and at Barnard College in New York City said they were disturbed this week after receiving text messages on their personal devices linking to a survey which asked, in part, if they were Jewish or Israeli. Now that's a violation of many laws. You're not supposed to ask questions about religion and stuff like that. In any event, this survey was sent out on Monday, and it came from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and it outlined that it was part of a federal investigation into workplace practices at the schools. And the second question on the survey asked respondents to check boxes for all that apply, inquiring if they were Jewish, Israeli, or have Jewish ancestry, or practice Judaism. And that's a violation of your personal rights and everything. Nobody asks those questions. You don't get hired in offices or companies or anything based upon your religion in this country. So the associate professor at Barnard, Debbie Beecher, said she was shocked to receive the test. At first I thought it was spam. So that's what Beecher now. She's Jewish. I was alarmed that the government would contact me in this way about a serious matter. This is a serious matter. In a text sent to one Barnard College staff member that was seen by CNN, the employee's name appears at the top of the message, which encouraged recipients to contact an email address from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission if they want to confirm the text's authenticity. That's the message shows. Now, Columbia University sent out a message to the staff and faculty on April 15, stating that it had received a subpoena from the Equal Opportunity Commission in connection with an investigation into alleged harassment of Jewish employees at the university related to the October 7th incident. The school said it was replying with the government's request for personal telephone numbers and mailing addresses for the members of the staff. Barnard, now Barnard is a college that's affiliated with Columbia, did not send any warnings to its community, according to several staff members. About 2 hours after the text went out, the college's vice president and general counsel sent an email to faculty and stating that Barnard was not given advance notice of this horrendous outreach. Barnard said that the Equal Opportunity Commissioner, Andrea Lucas, initiated an investigation last summer into college concerning whether it discriminated against Jewish employees on the basis of their national origin, religion, and or race in violation of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. This is ridiculous to have this going on in areas of higher education. Asking people if they're Jewish, asking people if they have a religious bent. Why are they singling out Jews for this particular exercise? The college contends it was robustly defending itself against the inquiry, but the Equal Opportunity Commission says it's legally entitled to gain access to contact information for Barnard's employees, so the commission could offer employees the option to voluntarily participate in their investigation. And the survey comes because the Trump administration is taking aim at higher education in the U.S. in an effort that the administration says is to fight anti-Semitism and to address what President Trump has called Hamas sympathizers on college campuses. So we are worried about what goes on in the college camp, and we should be worried about that. But not in this manner, not to single out the Jews with such partitions. So the administration has been vocal about being against pro-Palestinian student protests that have broken out on various college campuses, including Columbia. And that has happened since the Israeli-Hamas war began. So here is, in my mind, a blatant act of anti-Semitism, singling out the Jews to complete a survey of the sort. Colleges and universities and people who work in that atmosphere should know better. Columbia was listed as one of 60 universities under investigation by the Department of Civil Rights, warning them of potential enforcement actions if they fail to protect Jewish students on their campuses. Now, we know that that's happened. We know there's anti-Semitism rampant all over this country. But singling out Jews to answer surveys is not a corrective action in my mind. It only will exacerbate the anti-Semitism that goes on. You are asking members of society to report stuff that doesn't need to be reported. So when will it stop? Will anti-Semitism ever end? Not if governments condone it by sending out questionnaires. So I leave you with that this morning. A disturbing episode. Have a great day if you can. Bye.